a ticket. I like the way you have said that. So why are your members not giving tickets to people? Why are they collecting money or just being punitive when they stop people on the highway?
No, they are not collecting money. They are not there to collect money. They are issuing tickets to offenders. But you can't really arrest all offenders. The officer who is on the road there has discretion. He's there for two reasons. One, to train, to caution people, to educate them, and then to arrest them when he sees they're unconscionable. So most times the officer exercises discretion if he sees, because of course he knows what is happening in Nigeria, and then if the person is a first offender or he has a genuine reason, the officer can exercise discretion and say, don't do it again. But that will be noted
in his books.
Yes, that will be noted. We'll get the particulars of the person, because right now we use handheld devices, we use electronic devices, yes, to book people. And the essence of that is so that we can get the record of the driver. Once we get your driver's license and your name, we can key it into our system and then assess the database and get all the details, how many times he has had infractions and all that. That's why I was talking about the first offender. If he's a first offender, he is at liberty to just caution him, but they will incident it. So that next time, or another officer arrests him tomorrow or the same day.
You cannot refer to that.
Yes, you cannot, because once he keys into that, he's going to see this being cautioned. So it's not always that we arrest. And it's not true that we collect money on the road. That's not why. And then we're not also witch hunting people like a lot of people claim. There are infractions out there. The essence of enforcement, because we're not an entertainment agency. We do.
You're not NTA.
No. We do enforcement.
I got you there. I'll come back to that too.
Yes, no, we are not an entertainment agency. We're not there to wave at people and smile at people. No. We do public enlightenment, public education like I'm doing now. There's time for that. But when we're on the road there, basically, I've said we can caution, but we're there basically for enforcement.
So make sure you obey the rules.
If you commit an offense, we will give you a ticket. Now, I'll challenge you, since we're interacting. Any day that you're free, go to Lagos Ibadan or choose any road in Lagos just for 30 minutes. You're probably not a professional. Maybe you don't know all what will amount to a violation on the road, but with the knowledge you have, just 30 minutes, count. I tell you, you will not finish the 30 minutes before you begin to count. The primary offenses, the ones you're seeing. Not to talk about when you begin to look at the secondary, whether they have driver's licenses or whether the vehicles are registered and all that. I'm talking about primary, the ones you're seeing, use of phone, not using seatbelt, driving with broken headlamps and all that. You will see, you will marvel. So when people say we're out there just
to witch hunt,
it's ridiculous. Witch hunting who? What are we struggling for? We're not struggling for land. Now we're struggling for wife. There was no previous, we're not from the same
relationship, yes.
We didn't know ourselves. The officer is there to make sure that it checks your driving, to make sure that you conform to rules. When you do not, it's at liberty to either warn you or to
let you go.
So we are not booking enough. We are not booking enough. I need to let Lagosians know that we're not there. Approximately there are about maybe 4.5 to 5 million drivers in Lagos.
I was going to come to that. I was going to come to data. But I like the way you have established the purpose of having your men on the road. But the back end of that, the flip side of it will be, but are we doing enough before you get on the road, educating those who are going to be road users what they need to do? Okada drivers, Danfo drivers, other motorists. Are we doing enough in terms of, first, educating them on how to drive properly, and then educating them on how to actually help others who are also driving with them?
Okay, you see, I like that question because that question always comes up. To me, I look at it like a blackmail. I'm sorry to say that, yes. It seems to me that it's a precondition. You're holding us responsible. We must educate before we enforce. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. That is the first thing we must understand. Yes, I agree that one of our statutory responsibilities, as already established, is to educate members of the public on safe use of the road. The essence is so that we can have safer lives and safer roads and fuller lives in Nigeria. So we educate people. If we are doing enough, well, depends. It's neither here nor there. It's left for you to judge. But I'll let you know that we are at motor parks always, every motor park. We have what we call pre-trip inspection. Almost all motor parks in Lagos were there before they take off in the morning. We're educating people. Most times we're there on the road sharing flyers. We're there in almost every radio and television station in Lagos. As I'm speaking, I have 15 unit commands. My commanding officers are all over the place talking to people. We go to the offices, what we call domesticated public enlightenment. We take it to offices. We go to churches. We go to mosques. We even go as far as knowing when community-based associations are having Igbo meeting in Ikorodu. Yes. We go there to talk to them. We go to the Mile 2 to talk to Hausa people, you know. So that is for you to judge whether it's enough or not. The problem is people are not listening. When you catch them, they'll tell you, you didn't tell me, I didn't know that. The presumption, if you're driving a car, the presumption is that you went to driving school.
So you're properly trained,
if you went
therefore.
to driving school, you're properly trained. You have read the highway code, you're supposed to have the highway code. If you have the highway code, then what I'm giving to you here, like what I'm talking now, or giving to you when I come to your office, is Jara.
It's complementary.
You should have had the rudiments. So don't make it a precondition. I see it as blackmail. People say, but you didn't tell us now, but you are not doing more enlightenment. They are pushing the blame to you. Whereas they are the ones who have refused to educate themselves or refused to listen when you're speaking. As I'm talking now, a lot of people will just put on, it's not music, it's not the bunch. What's this roasted to man saying? They won't even listen. Tomorrow when my men apprehend them, they'll say they didn't hear. Whereas I'm here crying like John the Baptist,